Are you tired of spending hours crafting complex SQL queries? Do you struggle to translate your ideas into SQL code? Well, we have got some fantastic news for you. Introducing DuckDB NSQL 7b model. It is the revolutionary language model that can create SQL queries from text in a snap. With its unparalleled ability to understand natural language, NSQL 7b can take your written queries and turn them into efficient, optimized SQL code in seconds. Right, so let's get started. In this video, I'm going to show you two different ways of using the DuckDB NSQL 7b model. Firstly, I'm going to show you how you can use it in the code, and then I'm going to show you how you can install it locally and use it. So firstly, let's quickly go ahead and see how you can use it inside a code. So firstly, I'm going to create a simple Streamlit application inside which we will embed the code for using DuckDB NSQL model. So firstly, I'm going to import Streamlit. Then I'm going to define a main function inside which I'll create a simple Streamlit application. Firstly, I'm setting the title using the Streamlit.title function. The title is the SQL query generator. Then I'm creating a text input for taking the user prompt, and that prompt will be saved inside this prompt variable. After that, I'm creating a button that says generate query, and once the button is clicked, then we are going to call a generate response function, which will take the prompt as an input and will provide us the response, and then finally we will simply display the response. So it's quite simple, right? Now we need to implement this generate response function in order to add the implementation for using the DuckDB NSQL 7b model. So here is our function definition. But before providing its implementation, I'm gonna add a few lines of code at the start of the file. So firstly, I'm gonna import the torch, which will load all the tensors for the model. Then from the transformers, I am importing the auto tokenizer auto model for KULM. And then I am using the tokenizer to load the model from the pre-trained mother DuckDB NSQL 7b model. And all of these steps are simply to load the model from the Hugging Face. Now I'm going to provide the implementation for this function. Here is the implementation of a generate response function. Inside this function, firstly, I am creating a text variable which is actually going to include the prompt and some instructions. So firstly, I'm going to define an instruction that your task is to generate the valid DuckDB SQL to answer the following question. Then for the input question, I'm going to pass the prompt which is coming from the function parameter. And then for the response, I'm asking it to use the DuckDB shorthand if possible. So this is the entire text containing all the instructions. Now I'm going to use the tokenizer from the transformers, inside which I'm going to pass this text variable. And this tokenizer will then be passed to the input IDs, and all the input IDs for the tokenizer will be saved inside this variable. Then we are going to use the input IDs with the model.generate function, which is actually going to generate the response. So we are going to pass the input IDs generated by the tokenizer inside the model.generate function. Then we will define the max length of the output to be 500 tokens. And the generated SQL query will be saved inside the generated IDs along with some other values. Since we want to fetch only the SQL ID and display it, so I'm going to return the tokenizer.decode, and inside it I'm going to return the generated ID's index 0 value, which will contain the SQL query which is generated as the response, and I have set to skip the special tokens to be true. And that's it. Now the only thing that is left is to run this code and generate the response. So for that, I'm going to open a new terminal and I'm going to run the command streamlit run app.py because it is a Streamlit application. Alright, so the browser is open. Here is our application's front end. You can see that this is the title. Here we have the text input where we're going to write the prompt. Okay, so I am thinking of changing this text input to text area because the person might have a bigger prompt. So let's change it. So here, in place of text input, I'm going to select text area. Everything else will be the same. Now I'm going to head back to web browser, rename the application to view the changes. Yeah, this looks much better. Now I'm going to write my prompt here for which I want to generate the SQL query. So my prompt is going to be to count the number of pets having gender equals to male from the following schema. And here I have multiple tables provided to it. And let's see if it is able to generate the query or not based on the provided schema. So I'm going to click on the generate query button right here. The response is generated, but somehow it is not being displayed here in the application. It is still in the running state. But I'm gonna head to my terminal, and here you can see that this was the prompt which I provided to it. And here it says that the query should be select count stars from the pets where the gender is male, and it is absolutely correct. Now I'm gonna show you the second method of choosing this model. For that, I'm gonna be using the LM Studio to locally download it. So after opening Studio, you simply have to provide your model name in the search bar, which in my case is DuckDB NSQL, and simply click on Go button. So here are the two variants of the models. I'm gonna go with the Mother DuckDB one. So here are two different variants of the model. I'm gonna go with this one. Simply click on download. And you will see down here that one model is downloading. So I'm gonna come back once it is completely downloaded. Alright, so our model is successfully loaded. Now I'm gonna head to the chats. And here firstly I'm gonna load the model by clicking on this button right here that says select the model to load. This is the available model, so I'm gonna select it. Alright, so once the model is loaded, firstly I'm gonna provide the same prompt right here which I provided to my application and see the response. So the prompt was to count the number of pets having gender males from the following schema, and then I provided the schema to it. Now let's wait for it to generate the response. Okay, so it's really fast and you can see that it has provided us the response, which is absolutely correct. And if you want to verify the query, so you can do that too. I've already created a database from the following schema and inserted some values to it. So I'm going to copy this from right here. I'm going to head to my SQL Server Management Studio, and here I'm going to paste the query and run it to see the output. Okay, so it says that there are total 59 pets whose gender is male. And from now onwards, I'm going to provide it the schema for the entire tables to see if it is able to generate the query for the required table or not. So for the second query, I'm gonna ask it to find the number of pet owners in each city, and this is the entire schema for all the tables. Now let's run it, and here is the response. So I'm quickly gonna copy the response, paste it right here in my SQL Server Management Studio, and I'm gonna run it. And you can see that it has provided us that these are the number of owners which are present in each city. This means that a generated query is absolutely correct. Next, I'm gonna ask it to display only 3 rows record of the procedure details starting from row number 5. So I want the record from the procedure details table starting from row number 5 and 3 rows after it. Okay, so it has started executing, and here is the query. So now I'm gonna copy it, and now I'm gonna execute it, and it says that it is an incorrect syntax. So this one is not correct. Let's try to regenerate it again to see if it provides us a different response or not. And once again, it is providing us the same response. Next, I'm going to provide it a prompt that will require joins to generate a query. So the prompt is to find out the average cost of all the procedures that each pet has undergone. And this data is provided in different tables. So let's see if it is able to generate a query for it or not. Okay, so it has started generating the query. And alright, so here is the query. So I'm going to copy it and run it here. And it has provided us an error because the column price does not belong to the procedure history table. Rather, it is a column of the procedure details table. So let's try to regenerate it. Okay, so here is the new query, and apparently this one looks correct. So I'm going to copy it. Now I'm going to run it. And you can see that it has provided us the average price of all the procedures which each pet has undergone. So this is absolutely correct. Next, I'm going to ask it to display the records of all those pets who have undergone orthopedic procedure type. Hit enter, and in just a blink of an eye, it has generated the query. So let's copy it and let's run it here. Paste it right here, and now I'm gonna execute it here. Apparently the query is correct, but it is somehow not giving us the answer. So that we are not gonna say that it is truly correct. And in addition to providing it the table schema and asking it to generate the queries for that specific schema, you can also ask it to generate the queries for the generic situations. Like, I'm gonna ask it find out which employee has the highest salary without providing it any context or any table schema. This is just a generic prompt, and it will also generate the query for it as well. So you can see that it has provided us the query for this generic scenario too. So in this way, you can use the DuckDB NSQL 70B model to generate SQL queries just by providing it prompt in plain English language That too either by providing it the table schema or without providing it any schema, but it will still generate the SQL queries for you. And most of the queries which was provided by it was absolutely correct. So I'll highly encourage all of you to try it out for yourselves and let me know in the comments what you think about it. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.